Welcome to another episode of Retro Gaming Geek. And today we're going to play Street Fighter. No, we're going to play, it's called Super Puzzle Fighter 2 Turbo. And, since Street Fighter was so popular, Capcom made an insane amount of Street Fighter type games. So, one game that they were definitely going to do is like a puzzle game. And when I say puzzle, I mean Tetris. So, what we have here is Tetris with Street Fighter characters, and there was a Super Puzzle Fighter 2 1, and this is the turbo version. And it's kind of like Street Fighter 2 Turbo, where everything's just faster. And this game actually came out in 1996, and as usual with Capcom games, it looks awesome. I mean, you don't expect much in terms of looks out of puzzle games, but when Japanese do games, they especially puzzle games, it's really crazy popular in Japan, especially this tester type style. There's countless of them, but anyway, they do them right, and I really have no complaints about how this looks, and you don't expect much out of puzzle games anyway in terms of looks or sounds. But going back to the actual game itself, it, all you do is you just try to match colors, and as you can see, they've also added the element of a timer. And so you have whenever the timer goes down to zero, it actually you know uh, turns into a solid block, and until then nothing happens to it. So there's definitely adds to the technique level. And as you can see, as you get more and more colors together, it forms a bigger solid block, which actually gives you more points. So, oh wow, I just knocked them out. And another element that definitely Capcom has added is the fact that it's still a fighting game. I mean, it's still Street Fighter characters, so they wanted to add the element of fighting. And so in this case, you're not fighting as normal Street Fighter games would, just by like fighting each other physically, but you're fighting through puzzles. And Street Fighter, you know, from Street Fighter games, every single character has their own unique attributes, and it's really no different here in Street Fighter, Puzzle Fighter 2. And I'm not sure what the unique differences are. I mean, it's not, you can't tell it just by playing it a few times. If you play it a lot, you notice that, for example, some characters they get a certain type of color or pattern more than the others, and so that's what differentiates them. So it's another added level that Capcom adds, which they don't need to, but you know, being Capcom, they do it really well. And so if you're a Puzzle Fighter 2 fan, just like Street Fighter, you can develop your skills under certain characters, and you can definitely have an advantage if you know how to play that character very well. Me, I just played like a normal, you know, um, Tetris fighting game, so I really don't know of any techniques to speak of. Um, and so this game is definitely I enjoy it for what it is. I like the fact that Capcom has added their own spin to it. So it's a puzzle game, but it's definitely a Capcom Street Fighter puzzle game, or Puzzle Fighter 2 game in this case. So it's definitely one that can pick up and play, and one that I would recommend to people if they were bored and they're under playing, and or whatever they want to do. If you like puzzle games, it's an excellent puzzle game, definitely. And if you love Street Fighter, well, it's kind of like a no-brainer. You're definitely going to enjoy this. So that's it for this episode of Retro Gaming Geek. And as always, if there's any games that you wanted me to review, or if you had any comments, please leave your comments below, and definitely subscribe.